Hi, everybody.
Hello, welcome. Party time.
It is, in fact, party time. So, I've made a horrible discovery. All those audio issues that we were having with my voice, no, Alan is still asleep. He's a deep sleeper. All those
Which is
issues that I'm
ironic.
having was, my voice kind of, randomly going super deep. It's Discord. Apparently streaming a side stream screws with voice meter and makes it just dip my voice. It's weird.
That's very weird. I have a crunch bar, and I'm going to consume it. So I'm going to mute a little bit.
Well, yeah, but you didn't bring any to share.
I actually have a box of them that I could share with, but y'all ain't here.
Well, yeah, but
You just trying to slide me out of the screen?
no, I'm actually trying to crop you a little bit. So because your hitbox, your box is huge. I'm trying to remember how to do this. This is zooming in on you.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to just nosh while I do that.
Okay. Bottles of soda and had a pineapple one. I don't know if I would like pineapple soda. Anywho, so if you were here last time, you kind of remember the horrific chain of events that happened. Multiple embarrassing deaths, and putting the game in an unwinnable state. So I went back and played through episode 1 on easy. And we're going to continue our game. We're going to start episode 2 all over again on easy.
Hooray.
We should probably look at the Discord alternative.
Like what? Skype?
God, no. This kind of has a Max Payne feel to it. I'm wondering if that's intentional. Oh! Yeah, I see what happened. Yep. It's always audio. 1 second. Audio is going to the wrong doodad again. I hate voice meter. I hate Discord. Have some game audio.
I also have salad.
Honey,
which I'm going to consume.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Uh-oh.
Yep,
If we
by
use
Roblox.
gilded.
Oof.
If we use gilded, then
Coffee's on.
Great.
yeah,
Thanks.
that's what's
I'll
gonna
need
happen.
it if I'm gonna finish this by
The
tomorrow.
audio's gonna just be Jaye. Oof.
Oof. CCTV. So yeah, we're gonna sit back, we're gonna enjoy the game, we're gonna take our time, we're gonna explore a bit.
I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk.
We're gonna have fun.
Tell me what you think.
No kidding.
I'm gonna
I didn't think you'd get them
enjoy
done this quickly.
Alan Wake's awkward
On
puberty
occasion,
years.
I can perform all sorts
I
of
would
miracles,
totally
my
take
dear.
an orange soda.
Oh, really?
Well, you seem to think so
Oh, you
last
got orange
night.
soda and root beer though. You can make swamp water.
Why do you have to call it swamp water?
What do you call it?
I don't, because it's not a combination I make.
Well, that's the name it's called up here in Canada. The orange soda and root beer. It's like a 60-40 mix of root beer to soda,
These look really good.
of root beer to orange.
Sure, until Barry gets
and
his
then-
hands on them. Which, by the way, will
I mean, it's
happen
just
over
good.
my dead body.
Like you got the
last
licoricey
time was
vanilla
the last
thing of the root
time.
beer
Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
mixed in with the sweetness of the orange, and it's good.
Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey. Honey, it's
Alan's
a power
always
outage.
checking the fuse box.
I've got the flashlight. You
Okay.
okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
I
Man,
did most
Come
of
in,
this.
Mr. Wake. Your
salad
phone's
dressing
on the
just
desk.
makes
the
or
battery
breaks
was dead. It's charged now.
a salad. You know?
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a
Mr.
spot
Wake,
called
can I help
Lover's
you with
Peak.
anything?
Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Hey, mister!
Of course, Mr.
Hey,
Wake.
can you
can
turn the
get
light?
there through the cell corridor.
Lights. Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're all right.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and
Oh,
made my
speaking
head
of
ache.
audio,
The man on the phone
was
had said,
music
"Go through the
actually
fence on the
playing
left."
when I started the stream? Like our intro?
Another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while.
I am the one person you cannot ask, because I have the stream muted.
One more item before I go. It's been
Okay.
a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've
No one's
broken
sure.
windows,
No one's
been
positive.
reported
That's
shots fired on Main Street.
concerning.
Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deerfest float. Now, folks,
We heard that last time. Quietly get in here. Grab that.
Alice's driver's license had been placed in the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Nice elbow pads.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor
Never understood what the
carves
point
a
of the
statue
elbow
from a
pads
block
was
of
on
granite.
jackets
If
and
I
stuff.
stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
All will be revealed, history. All will be
Marvelous, sir.
revealed.
I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh! Hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me
The
out of
dude
here.
deserves it.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about
Yeah,
the
you know,
manuscript I had,
sometimes social
the fact
conventions
that I'd
just
written
need to be
something,
thrown
even
away
if I
and someone
couldn't
needs to
remember
be a
it, was
big
enough for
loud
him.
dick.
He smelled money, and he
Call
believed
people
that
out.
Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the
I'll
kidnapper in a place
be right
called
back. I gotta
Lover's
step away
Peak,
from the
somewhere in
keyboard for a
Elderwood
minute
National
while it
Park.
cutscenes.
The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the
It's just
absolute
you and me now,
opposite of good.
chat. Hi.
Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go.
Yeah,
Great to
Zombie
see
will
you
be here
again, Mr.
eventually.
Wake. Later.
Once the summoning is complete.
Who's Max?
Mister, you good with being the sacrifice, right?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Oh, you know, it's okay. If you're not good for that today, we can reschedule. And I think that between the scaredy dog, the fat cat, and the semi-fluid cat, the fat cat gets you more bang for your buck, because that's more cat per cat.
That was an interesting time to come back.
Yeah, don't worry. I asked history if they were okay with being the sacrifice to someone zombie. And they said, it didn't work out for them.
I heard. Try not to kill our chat. We need.
It's not gonna be permanent.
Seriously, Al.
Like your liver,
what
it
you were
grows
saying in
back.
the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. You got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across
You
from the
can't
mammoth
just
skeleton.
go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
It's an easy walk. Yeah. Flashback to last episode.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot
The
a dude
walking
who
is
went
the easy part.
into
The
thin air,
surviving
a
the shadow
guy who was
monsters.
bulletproof
Now that's a
until
bit
you
more tricky.
pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from
You
people
want
who
a big
end up
stuffer
spending
or
time
some
in
gummy
padded
gummies?
rooms,
Or garlic and vinegar chips?
strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts
Big
with too
stuffer
long,
sounds
tangled-up
pretty good,
sleeves,
but I'm kind of craving a
and
sweet
eating a
gummy
healthy
yummy.
diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al. That's just crazy.
Homeopathy is bullshit, though.
Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry.
Yeah, basically.
I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Certain diluted essential oils can be good for
understand.
headaches.
You're
That's
my best
about
friend,
it.
and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Barry can stay in the dark. That's what he gets. Okay. So now we continue where we left off. Kind of.
Wait here, Al. I'll
Do your
hold down
best.
the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Walk through the door now.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Just break in here.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc,
It's just some light B&E.
plan like?
It's not like treason.
You make it sound a lot more
You see that dude walk past the window?
organized than I ever seem to manage.
Yeah, I did.
No
That was
plan.
weird.
Really, just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah, it's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore.
We've got
Now I'd just like to
conspiracy
take the
of
time
faith, or conspiracy
no fun if I need to
of
worry
faith,
about what I'm catching, you know?
and the
Your track record,
within
participants
side.
are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Those titles
Conspiracy.
could use work.
Co-spiracy. Someone typoed. Yeah, dude, went like this way. Oh well.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
So that's foreshadowing Mr. Scratch. And if you don't know who that is, wait a bit.
I have my delicious dinner. So I'm
Crunch
sorry,
Bros are not
I'll
dinner.
be quiet. No,
Oh.
I have fucking... Crunch Bar was dessert. I had it first because things were fucking cooking. They got chicken cordon Swiss.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming!
Please, help me! Help me!
Yeah, we'll get right to you, Rusty. Right there. Just give me a minute. He'll keep. Yep, on my way, Rusty. Didn't even see that.
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Hello?
Back here. I'm back here.
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key. Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Get in there. There we go. Yeah, today was kind of a busy day for me. We actually went out and got the wheelchair lift for my car installed. So, after some adjustments are made on Monday, I can actually go out into the world again for the first time in like 2 years. So that's neat.
Yeah, that'll be good. Go beep beep. Room.
Yeah.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Did I just get punched by the door?
Rusty!
Oh, this black eye? Oh, don't worry. I fell on the doorknob.
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
I just need hunting licenses.
Much easier.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
Fishing! For those visitors who purchase a park
fishing
license. Obey
the park ranger's instructions
at all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
Never.
Go no closer than 100 yards.
Two bears and wolves.
Poor Russ.
Keeps a vat of revolver ammo just there.
Farmers? Farmers' mums?
Against the law.
To remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park
grounds.
This includes even
Rocks.
you may
I go on the river.
or even simple berries.
And the darkness taken out in trees, as is its wont.
What the hell was that? I saw from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
So yeah, easy mode, or easy difficulty, decreases the number of enemies, and they take less shots to kill. And there's more active lights out here for healing and checkpoints and whatnot. So, while maybe not as adventurous and full of me clenching for dear life, we'll be able to get through the story, which is the important part.
Indeed.
Because honestly, watching me replay the same segments, 20 times in a row it's not fun.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Entering Moonshine Cave. Alan might actually need some at this point. The new textures, they really did a good job with that. Everything is way less muddy. Shotgun. Flare gun. Some sort of achievement. Yeah, gamer score. That's still a thing.
I think it's still a thing, but, people don't really care about it anymore.
I always You know, I always, in the beginning, I liked the concept because it kind of encouraged you to play the games, you know, a bit more thoroughly, really get your money's worth out of it. Then I kind of just stopped caring. But every now and then I get compelled, like on PlayStation, to platinum a game. And I did that with a couple PS5 games while my computer was dead. The Spider-Man games, I platinumed those while waiting for my computer to...
I don't know.
Huh.
Never really. Other than like Dark Souls, where people don't have the prepare to die achievement, but they do have like boss beating achievements. That's kind of the only time where I care about achievements. It's like, oh, that's neat. You have not died in this video game ever.
And I have a couple rare achievements on Steam, but that's mostly because I play games that generally people don't play, like the Star Trek tie-in game from 2011? You can't even buy that anymore.
That's impressive.
I beat it on hard, so I got the beat it on hard achievement.
Oh. I'm gonna be right back. I have to use the bathroom.
About here is where everything went to shit last time. More or less about caught up. Through the giant tree. Hey Brent, it's actually one cool dude, because Iggy is in the bathroom and Zombie's taking care of some stuff. But they'll be back. How you doing? We're just about at the area that we were stuck in last time, but I restarted the game on easy, and I'm going to make sure that I don't wind up in a non-winnable state. Ah, sick blanket. I wish it was cold enough for that. I'm over in Florida. It was like 90 degrees still today. Can't wait till I move to Washington. Also got my wheelchair lift installed today, so I'm feeling pretty good. How you doing? Oh shit. Ah, Canada. Ow, ow. I don't know how I would do in Canadian weather. Like, I tend to get sick when the temperature dips.
You're too used to Florida weather.
Zombie. Yes, I am. But it's like every time it transitions to winter, I wind up just totally fucked up for a while.
Oh. What are the winters like?
Typically in the evening it dips to like 36, and maybe during the day it'll be in the mid 50s to lower 60s. Unless it's super cold, in which case it's like in the 40s and it goes down to the 20s. It can get cold enough to snow down here, but I've never seen it happen in my life. I've actually never seen snow directly. I saw it through a window at a Chicago airport on my way back from Seattle a long time ago.
Oh.
But that doesn't count.
Never held the crystals in your hands?
I've never held the sky cocaine now.
You've never eaten a bunch of it as a kid and then had to pee really bad, but you were like, bundled up?
Nope, never had that experience. Yeah, once we go across this sky gondola thing, we lose our weapons and we're back where we left off, and hopefully this time we won't wind up in an unwinnable state, because we're on easy. And Iggy is here but eating dinner.
Dinners. Yeah, I kind of wish I lived in a place that snowed more often. I mean, I'm like far north enough that it basically snows every winter. But I'm in a desert, so it's like it's 2 weeks. So it's like it's and then it melts and dries. Just this.
We gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see them.
Pisses
Come on,
me
we
off
gotta
when
move.
it showed that he calls your
Why?
flashlight kid stuff, and then like
Because
relies
that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
let's move.
I
Yeah.
lost my gun back there.
I mean,
Oh,
but this
I
guy's
got
not
it,
exactly working with
Just
a
keep
full
that
deck.
light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come
on, I
So,
keep looking at your comments that you're talking about.
Bring it!
Also, wow, I picked up that every time.
That's fine. I got distracted by nearly dying.
Hi, I'm Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do this out.
Monster!
Ow. Oh no, I died on easy mode.
No.
Shameful display.
We gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
let's move.
If
I lost my gun
xenomorph
back
could
there.
still kill me in a
Oh,
minute,
I've got a gun.
Just keep that light steady on. It took a moment, but then
Yeah.
I recognized
So,
him.
weekend
He'd been on the ferry when I
plans.
first arrived 2
Tomorrow
months. He knew my
is
name.
Star
We were headed in
Citizen's
the direction of Lover's
annual
Peak. There was
online
no way
convention
this was a coincidence.
where
He
they
was the kidnapper.
show off the new tech and stuff that's coming up in the future. So I will most likely be live streaming a reaction stream to that starting at 11 a.m. my time. Check the Twitter just in case something changes. And Saturday night I will be starting Metroid Dread.
So I played it a little bit earlier today. It's a very good game. I enjoyed it a lot. It's
I'm here.
It's like a good fusion of Fusion and the remaster of Metroid 2.
Oh, neat. I never got to play the DS Metroid 2.
It's got some melee counters that you can do, but rather than they've upgraded it a little bit so you can do it while you're moving instead of like being stuck in place to do it.
Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while
You got free aiming.
Give me the gun.
360 degrees of aiming.
No can do, Wake. Are you kidding?
It's pretty
Give me
cool.
the gun. No time for back talk. Hold them off.
And Samus is finally back. She's finally a badass again.
That's good. I didn't think they'd keep Team Ninja's version of her. Did you enjoy dinner? Brent was asking.
I did enjoy dinner. I'm still enjoying dinner technically because I have a bunch of salad to consume. Yeah, dinner was I ate dessert first, which was a crunch bars, and then I had some salad while I was waiting for the chicken cordon Swiss to cook in my convection oven. It worked out good. Yeah.
Wow, big difference when you don't run out of flavors.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have not considered a curry soup.
Better get ready.
Yeah.
I'll be on it soon. This is it, Wake. The last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming. Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming! That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Hated her scary whisper. It proudly proclaimed that this was a clean place. They had a picture of a hand receiving a dollop of sanitary. Literally none of the staff except for
Like that, boy?
I don't know if that's over.
Oh.
I got lost. What?
They had a sign up front that said they're free to refuse service to anyone, especially if you're Jaye and Jaye. And Jaye and Jaye is the liberal governor of Washington State. So, yeah, it tells me how to place that.
Yeah. That sounds like a horrible place. Also sounds like any place in Florida, at least this part of Florida. I won't badmouth the whole state. It's just like the extremely rural places where I live, and also the governor's office.
Oh, that, wow. Okay, yeah, I know late reacted to that, but that axe just bounced right off your head.
Yes, it did.
My history. Doug's Rice Krispies, that sounds awesome.
Pretty sure those Rice Krispies were like the bottom half is covered in chocolate.
Super long ones. Oh, don't Kill the boss, crazy man. Kill the boss. Thank you.
See? Nothing to
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her and
Some real poor construction work on that.
Yeah, those are really thick beams too.
There must be some rotting going on in there.
You're gonna give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry! No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
What the hell?
Oh.
Rusty had warned me about these traps. It hurt like hell. I was stuck.
Did you think it was a manuscript page like I did?
Yeah. And that's like incredibly stupid of me because I played this before. I played this a year ago and I fell for it.
A year is a long time. We're all making the same mistakes, the same jokes, the same commentary we did last time.
Hey, look, a manuscript. Ah. Sorry, Mr. Trapper, you're in the wrong game. We will be playing some Dead by Daylight at some point, but we're kind of on a Phasmophobia kick.
Dead by Daylight's a good game, though.
It is.
Could chat hear me
There's a lot of
about how often I was dying?
Maybe.
I didn't check.
Yeah, I can't actually export videos to YouTube until Twitch fixes that connection. So, like, any VOD, you'll just have to watch, like, off the Twitch site directly. Still can't believe the level of that hack.
Yeah, they got the source codes.
Like, I am almost convinced that someone inside of Amazon, Twitch, whatever you want to call it, like, literally walked into the building with credentials, went over to the damn servers, physically pulled the hard drives, and walked out.
I mean, it's possible. That's the kind of fucking best way to do it. Is to just show up with a clipboard saying, "Hey, 9 years, gotta do some inspection. Can you show me into the..."
It's so unbelievable, but like, if that's really the only way that could have happened, so that kind of is like the most reasonable explanation.
That's a good one, history. Oh god. strategic use of flares.
That's what you're supposed to do. Be strategic.
Hunting rifle. Coffee. Didn't I just kill him? Stuck. Stuck. For half a second, I thought I was
the
dead.
plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that
You
it
could
just
be if you believe in yourself.
But it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
I think I did this backwards.
I remember being very intrigued by this whole
Physics. You notice the breathing sound that isn't Alan kind of feminine?
no, I've got the volume down.
Oh.
Oh,
D.B.
would that be
Cooper.
spoilers?
No.
The White Lady?
I don't think it's her, but I think it's the Dark Lady.
Oh, right, yeah, her.
Hold on, I'm supposed to be able to climb up this plane. But... Oh. I have to be smarter than the puzzle. As my dad would say. Ew, that's death. And I love how these, like the levels, these are massive set pieces in nature, and like you have a lot of room to explore, and it doesn't feel like handcrafted. This feels organic. Ow. Is that true? Like, if you really think about it, because to hunt food, you have to buy a gun, get shooting lessons, pay for the ammunition, pay for the hunting license.
You technically don't need to take any lessons. At least I'm pretty sure in the States.
Yeah, I think you're right. But, like, I think ammunition and weapon costs alone would cover several weeks, if not a month or two of groceries.
Yeah, but you take down one good-sized elk and you got food for a season.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you've got the, like, facilities to deal with it. My great uncle would hunt, like, elk and deer. He had this shed out back where he would, like, dry the meat and, like, you know, skin it and bleed it or whatever. Like, I mean, you know, it was a pretty big, like, it's a big undertaking.
I got friends whose family is hunters, and they've just kind of got a deep freeze that is used to only to fill up whatever they hunt.
Yeah, I guess that would. My family used to just buy like a cow's worth of meat every year and just stick it in the freezer. So I guess, you know, it'd be similar to that. Either freezing or drying. I don't know if many people use like brining anymore.
It's still a practice. But like, is it actually cheaper than just buying food?
Yeah, maybe, like, if you view it as an investment. I mean, that's a lot of equipment and, like you said, time put into it. But once you get going, I guess you could, like, get enough for yourself and then sell the rest so it pays for itself. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Your last remaining grandfather has a large amount of guns for hunting, in case the deer rise up in rebellion. It's for smashing grapes and stuff, maybe. Coffee. There's coffee in that nebula. Voyager was just a fetch quest. Yeah, you need a license to kill animals, but you don't need one to kill humans. Darkness, where's her face? Aw, okay, Brent. Have a good night, and thanks for sticking around. And yeah, catch you later, hopefully. Yeah. Oh, I fucked up. There we go. Stay frosty. Another hunting rifle. I'll tape it to my existing one.
We're always happy to see you, Brent.
I just got raked. Like, I stepped on this 2x4 and it flew up and hit Alan in the face.
Oh.
It's the bar of soap all over again.
Good memories.
Yeah.
I miss bananas.
Those are also good memories.
Hmm. 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 A common way I have seen for some is to have a truck with a lot of lights pointed out front. When deer caught the headlights, they would ram it, then leave due to yeah. That's not very sporting. Also, that's like potentially really bad for the car.
Yeah, I've seen what deer collisions do to cars. There's a lot of blood and off fur, and glass, all over the inside. I guess if you're
Sorry, there was a lumber migration. I was stunned.
Watch out, it's a truck with a lot of headlights there.
That's later. Yes, that's not where I was at. Nope, Alan. I live in a very rural area, so like we have deer crossing the road all the time. I've seen the end result of deer strike. It's not pretty for anything involved.
It is not.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those before. They're gross. Aw. Dying on easy mode.
Less. And that's what matters.
Talking is a hazardous occupation.
There we go.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
I hate birds.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out
Birds,
of the woods.
birds everywhere, and not a hangar in sight.
Oh, I get it.
To a 70s folk song. Just twanging on the guitar about how much you hate birds.
Wait, isn't this where the guy jumped out of the bathroom who was like, nature can be fun, I should shoot him?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it was here, but it was definitely in the bathroom. Now you have foreknowledge. You're prepared.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
You can yourself.
Oh, there it is.
Wasn't as funny this time. Let's see how the driving controls are. This is fine. It's fine. He fired. There. That's totally worth it. No, it wasn't. This might be. Cans. A new car. This one handles a little better. I like. Oh, can I drive that?
Apparently it's just a thing. That's like things.
Yeah, there's 12 can pyramids in the game. And if you get them all, you get an achievement.
Oh boy, achievable.
Yeah, driving controls are a lot better than they were.
Oh, they fixed it again.
Yep. I think they put this on the control engine instead of trying to like just beat up the old engine into shape.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, Bethesda should take that approach, maybe.
Well, that way. Oh. Actually, that'd be cool. Yeah, they should release Morrowind.
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things.
Actually, it'd be great if they made an Elder Scrolls game in not the Create engine.
Is it Create? I thought it was Game Create.
I think it's both.
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
It's not done.
I need a week.
2 days.
Oh my goodness, Molly has come to say hello.
You can find it easy, city boy. The main building
Hello,
there
puppy.
at noon. You bring the manuscript,
Puppy
you'll
dog.
get your wife. Not. Well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
Whoa. Just, yoink, yoink, yoink.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't think those are there in normal mode.
Al, I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
Let me in. Oh. I just from the direction I was looking at.
Al, make them go away, please.
That was a thing. I don't know why I'm using the gun. Doesn't actually do anything.
You can open the door now. They're gone.
Could be the case.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Know that feeling.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
I know.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the
Oh Dear Diner.
Good girl.
skip ahead.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the
asshole.
station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Randy's dogs. Why are we going this way? Like, let's go around back of her place. She'll appreciate that.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
We have rabbit food. All food is rabbit food if you really think about it.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Let me see. Is there coffee behind her place? Nope. Gotta do the Alan Wake shuffle all the way back over here. It's not a door, it's a metal curtain.
Welcome to... Oh dear. Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
My manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
Whoops.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Also, Rose may have a slight obsession.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Rose, you okay?
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. Have a nice day.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Get to the car. Entirely without protection.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy.
Abandoning
Nights
Barry.
like this make me
You
especially
can't
glad
plug
I'm here
Barry that
talking
far.
to you and not home in bed.
Big meaty man.
Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know? I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had a, argument with Danny. You know Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, you know, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, you know, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air
just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. You know, something's gonna happen. You know, I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
That creeped me out a little bit. Not the radio, not the talk show part, but the opening of that song. Oh, crying baby inside Troy.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slade!
You just killed an innocent dude.
What are? I'm standing right here, you
I thought he shot
goddamn
him.
maniac!
So that's Agent Nightingale, and he likes throwing every writer's name he can think of at Alan Wake. For reasons. He's a little high-strung. I think some of the manuscript pages get into it, so when we find some, we'll dig into it.
Stop running! We have the suspect in sight!
No, you don't.
Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, look at the damn.
Whoa! Stop! He was right there!
Basically, the darkness is starting to affect everyone in the area as the story in the manuscript plays out. Welcome back, Iggy.
Hey, I'm not doing...
I've been here. I'm just not saying much.
Ran into Agent Nightingale. You remember him, right?
Oh, the guy who immediately opens fire?
Yeah, and calls Wake
Yeah.
every author's name under the sun.
Yeah, over right there, Stephen King.
He's gone! Come on, guys! We need to head him off!
Here's a manuscript page.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara
I
Jacker's
just have
skin
Molly
slept
here.
fitfully
She
in the
just
dark place
resting
that was
on
its
my
home
arm.
in prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed
I
of its
know.
nights of glory when
The
the
cutest
poet's
fucking
writing had
shit you
called
ever
it from
did
the
see.
depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Nightingale. I'm on my way. Out.
Yoink. Drop hazard? What do you mean? I don't see any drop. Phew.
Search the area. Stay sharp.
It's weird not having a flashlight at least.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
Just get a good look at that license plate that everyone was so obsessed with last time.
Yeah, it's old. It's old.
About the 70s, I would guess.
Yeah, probably.
Seems like everything in this town is. Oh no, it's the helicopter heap.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
Oh no. Birds!
Caw.
Into the gas station? Boom. You know, there's a path here. I'm going to assume there's something on it. This is just the way I canvassed it. Yep, I did that thing I do.
It's easy to get turned around in the woods.
But the video game woods.
Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. Jaye, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you... Come on! Sit down and give me that. Jane, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Mulligan out. You know, if I lived in an area that had these kind of stations, and I had the physicality for it, it might be neat to do this for a bit. Live and work out of one of these for a while.
I could see the lights at the radio
I
station.
think I visited one of these when I was really young. My folks and I went up to the top of the hill and found what I guess was a ranger station. I don't remember anything about it except that we went inside because, you know, it was just unlocked, and there was Cheerios in the cabinet because, you know,
I imagine that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
No.
Okay. Oh no. We get the evil physics objects.
The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
The most deadly enemy in this game are just inanimate objects that the darkness literally picks up and throws at you. Follow the cable. Environmental clues. Hey, Zombie, after stream, you want to do Nightmare on Elm Street 3? We did Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Was that last night?
Yeah, it was last night.
Yeah. It was boring. It had some funny moments and some really good practical effects. And, man, a lot of gay subtext. But,
it took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Good?
It
compared to the first one?
It ignored the first one's own rules. Like, the best part of the first movie was, like, the weird dream imagery that the characters went through when they fell asleep, and now it's like, oh, Freddy can just inhabit like a body and then like come into the real world, and it's like, well, okay. So we don't get any of the fun stuff. It's just the guy turning into Freddy.
That doesn't, yeah.
Oh, I guess the first, like at the very beginning of the bus. The sand just got breaks and just leaves them stranded on top of the roof.
Yeah, the dream at the very beginning kind of had like some Beetlejuice styling to it. I like that. But after that, it was just kind of a mostly boring movie with some kind of funny deaths.
It had Fu Manchu cereal. It's got that. It's got two dogs with like Chairman Mao masks or something.
Well, I live near the trailer
It's
park,
very strange.
and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door, and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
Well, I mean, it was just so weird.
10-15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Milton.
It was just like this really super obvious prop that like the kids are eating, and it's like really poorly done. It's like it looks like it was drawn with like crayons or colored pencils or something.
Yeah, it was done specifically to like for the toy inside, which they called Fu Manchu fingers, which are just really long nails that reminded someone of Freddy's glove. It was the most ham-fisted way of making that connection. Hang on, I gotta build a save point. There we go. But, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is where it kind of becomes a dark comedy with way more slapstick routines and like super convoluted Rube Goldberg deaths that are just hilarious. And I think that really works for the character of Freddy Krueger a lot more than him trying to be like a sinister actual threat. More like a Saturday morning cartoon villain that actually gets shit done. He can still be scary, but like he's better this way.
I guess I'm gonna have to see it because from what I've seen, what you showed me of like, I don't know. I'll have to see because I really love the premise of the first movie, just like this nightmarish figure that like it doesn't make any sense, and that's part of what's terrifying about it, you know. Like, oh, he grew his arms really long to, like, scrape the edges of these buildings in an alleyway. Then you run away, and then he's, like, right there. It's like, oh, it doesn't make any sense. It's stupid, but that's the point. It's nightmarish. It's bizarre. It's dreamlike.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, maybe it'll be good. I'm waiting to see.
What do you mean?
Coffee.
On those people.
Well,
I want his microphone.
But my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in
Oh, that's Molly.
Well, thank you
Why are you
very much
bumping
for
up
that,
against the microphone?
Passionate viewpoint, Lorna.
Oh no, I didn't hear anything from you guys. I want Pat's microphone right there.
Oh, that microphone.
I actually didn't hear Molly bump against anything.
Oh.
The Night
Yeah,
Owl, the voice of Pat Maine, all night, every night. They really took a bad photo of him. Like, they got the reflection in the glasses. And that's a digital image, too, so it's intentionally bad. When you need to know the weather, there's only one man you can turn to. The Jim Vigormore report.
Well, folks, I have another night shift. I'm gonna kind of chill out before that night shift.
Okay.
Have fun, Iggy.
Goodbye for
Have a
now.
good night.
Yeah, and have good rest of the stream. Bye-bye.
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt her.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Yeah, Nightingale is, Which page did I get? Oh, this one.
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Nope. The forest is gearing up to do something to me. There it is. Oh, I got it. Nice. Up. Shotgun ammo implies there's a shotgun. I don't need to kill that guy. Since we started late, I'm gonna do the whole 3 hours thing. We got a bit more to go here. I'm not backtracking, right? I didn't come down this mountain, right? Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain?
Have we talked about lower decks? Have you talked about lower decks?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, last two episodes have been really good. Go climb a rock.
Yeah. Go climb a rock. I'm click next week is the season finale, which makes me sad because I need more. I need more than 10 episodes a year.
That's it.
Yeah. But we're confirmed to season 3, so there's that.
Hopefully it won't be a turd season.
And we've got Star Trek Prodigy starting at the end of the month.
Oh yeah, the 20th.
And that'll be very different for Star Trek. A Star Trek made for Nickelodeon Studios, entirely in CGI, with Captain Janeway involved.
You know,
I'm not sure that was worth the trip.
With all the shit they went through, or rather, what all the shit the emergency medical hologram went through, why would you ever agree to have your brain uploaded to a hologram?
Well, it's not you that's going to experience everything the hologram is going to.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a me, and you know, if I have hang-ups because of things I've seen happen, like,
oh yeah. I don't know, it would be kind of neat if, like, the Janeway hologram, like, nearly blows up the ship because it found coffee somewhere.
Or because it executes the Janeway protocol.
Oh, yeah.
What's that, Pike show supposed to be called? Man or something?
Strange New Worlds. It starts, I think, middle of next year? That I'm looking forward to. Probably more than Discovery.
That's yeah. That was the best part of the story so far.
Did I mention I hate birds?
No!
I'll just reiterate that I don't like bird. Oh, come on. Not a fan of yokels either. I'm sorry, is that a derogatory term?
Yokels? If it is, I'm not aware of it.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Alan's pointing out the potholes. Yeah, I gotta reload. Woo! You know, when you get a dodge just right, it feels really good. I don't know if we discussed it last time. I'm wondering how well the story would translate to, like, a motion picture.
I feel like we did, and I think we came to the conclusion it would work better as like a short series, like how it works in the game. There's just too much going on for like a single movie.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way too long
The
for a
most
sequel.
stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice?
But
Alice?
I think a miniseries would be. And I mean, that's what it's based off of, right? It's basing itself off of Twin Peaks kind of.
Keeps me in the dark.
It's not a
Please
series.
help me.
You know.
I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Yeah, there's that breathing again. It might be the sound for the safe spots.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Can't imagine the logistical nightmare of building this shit like across chasms and rivers and stuff.
I actually don't know how they build bridges like this.
And then you stop and think like a lot of this was done in the 1800s.
The darkness that was pursuing
the early
me
20th
was growing
century.
stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Oh shit. That's gonna hurt. So yeah, here's those physics objects I was telling you about. I could stand here and try to delete them from existence, but it takes a very long time. Ow.
Some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Yes, we're gonna delete them. You know, like it's like you know those old pictures of like them building skyscrapers back in the day, and it's like it's so terrifying. It's like today we could do that and it's still terrifying, but not as much as back then when, you know, safety standards didn't really exist.
Yeah, we have OSHA now and like safety harnesses, and we don't have to.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over every.
Well,
Some
okay.
sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Oops. Oh, I just Looney Tunes that one.
Did you or anyone else here ever watch the Gmod Idiot Box back in the day?
Nope.
Was,
That's something we should pull up.
The darkness that was pursuing me.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like
and it was
whether it's
taking
going to be
over
worth it or
everything in
not.
its path.
Because you're familiar with like acid diffusion, where it's like, you know, the stick figures like doing like quick jokes and switching between But anyway, it's like that. Only it's done within Gmod. This is from the days of Source. The reason I'm bringing it up
that.
Yeah,
the reason
the reason
you bring
I
it up.
yeah, the reason I bring it up is because the way these drops like wiggle, how they animate in shows like the Gmod Idiot Box, because they literally would just like attach invisible rockets to props or to characters and just have them wiggle around, and that's how you would animate stuff.
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what
Zombies.
makes them fun. This was anything
Zombies
but.
a bit quiet in
The
Discord
darkness
too.
could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Ah.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually any good or not. Like I said, that was at least 10 years ago. It's probably a very dated form of comedy.
It might be worth a peek. You're like, wow, that sure was a thing.
Yeah, it's a lot like ASDF movie, whatever it's called, and that like you'd sometimes have to wait years between episodes. And it was always a big deal when the next one came out. Except the last time, another one didn't come out.
Did you call 911?
No. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's cheating. Aww. I don't really have any stories like about old like Gmod stuff, except maybe like the webcomic Concerned.
Oh yeah.
That was
I
good
remember
shit.
I remember following that guy on like Twitter or something for the longest time. I think he became like a reviewer for a video game like magazine, or maybe that was somebody else. I don't know.
Huh.
There were a few weird eccentric people I followed back in the day. There was that guy, and then there was like another one who was building his own Angband variant that I don't think ever happened. Yeah, I remember this. For anyone who doesn't know, the webcomic was about a guy named John Froman, was his name?
Yeah.
That takes place in, like the Half-Life 2 universe. And he keeps getting mistaken for Gordon Freeman, or yeah, his name is Gordon Freeman. That's it. And but he actually just like wants to work for the Combine. He's like, oh, he thinks it's a good job. It's named after the letters he would write to Civic Record and be like, oh, this is from a concerned citizen. I'm worried that our cheese rations have been too high lately, or something like that. Yeah, he Froman himself was one of the common male citizen NPCs. So for a long time, it's like anytime you saw that NPC anywhere in the game or elsewhere, it's like, oh fuck, it's Froman.
Yeah, that was back when Half-Life 2 was still popular, and we were wide-eyed with hope for Episode 3 and then Half-Life 3. The mysteries of the Borealis and Aperture Science.
I guess that must have been after Episode 2 then. So Episode 2 came out like, what, 2 years after?
Something like that.
07. Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't that far. I don't know when G1 came out.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a
TV
thin
break.
veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Durla's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Durlith, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Durlith.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you add?
Oh, Mr. Durlith, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Durlith learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
I'll be just a sec. Sorry about that. Very badly needed a drink. The scary door? I remember that. I remember the opening for that, I should say. I don't think I've ever actually seen the show, but it came up in, like, great old TV openings. Zombie and I watched, like, a whole bunch of them a couple years ago. Good fun.
Yeah, Was that the one that was a parody of the genre? Like Garth Manxon's Scary Door or something?
If it was a forklift, I'd sing the forklift song. I made that joke last time.
Yeah, what I'm thinking of is that show that like takes place in a hospital. That's like a parody. It's like a British guy who's like a writer. He's also the main actor and director. His name's Garth. Garth something. Garth Marenghi's.
The Scary Door from Futurama? Oh, I was thinking of like the late 80s kids show.
Oh, yeah, the trapdoor,
something like that, yeah.
Of the phrase "our nightmare."
That's stupid.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And that's how you kill a bulldozer. Oh my god, a car.
It's lit by the Halo commercial.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.
Listen to the commentary for this.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript...
Is this just gonna be a thing? You're gonna
Today,
every time you hit
I
a
would
save
meet the
point, you're gonna
kidnapper,
run
and
off
he
the
would give me
cliff.
Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice.
One,
drowning
it gave
man
me a
will clutch at
cliff.
straw.
2, it gave me a car. I had
Little
to.
by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a
which game?
fugitive from the FBI.
Left 4
The
Dead.
whole world taken over by
Oh,
the
no.
dark presence was trying to
Left 4
destroy
Dead was
me.
a very toxic game for me. So eventually I just, I never touched it
I was being
after a while.
The bridge must have collapsed.
I just
only
bring it up
moments
because
after
the
I'd
commentary
crossed
taught me a lot about game design and level design. Like the way that truck was like highlit by that halo of light. You always have light to show the players the way forward. You sometimes have cues like, okay, the water flows this way, so that's the way you should be going. Stuff like that.
Yeah. My spider sense is tingling. Nope, it can't be because I have no flashlight and no weapons. Remind me never to take rides from you when driving in the mountains. I've never driven in the mountains, so yeah, that's probably a good idea. I have never driven a car outside of the state of Florida. I really should go on a road trip now that I have the wheelchair and everything. I just need, like, money. I'll do a 24-hour stream to raise money to go on a road trip. 24 hours of Minesweeper. You heard it here first.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass, not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning.
That's a good guy.
But first, a little music.
God, it's pretty.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything. But what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Understandable. I'm sure I said this last time, but he reminds me of Paul Harvey. Who comes up a lot in these streams.
You know, I was just about to say, yeah, this is going to be like at least the third time we've mentioned it. Probably more. That's improbable.
I think we also mentioned Art... No. I don't think we mentioned Art Bell. I think Art Bell came up on like a Civi 11 video.
Well, I'm pretty sure I mentioned Art Bell in the last stream of this.
Maybe. Art Bell hosted a late night radio show, Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast AM.
Where Coast to Coast AM, where people would call in and it would be like conspiracy theory, UFO sightings, weird shit. And he wasn't dismissive of anyone. He wasn't he let them talk and he explored the ideas, and it was really fascinating. I don't think the show would go over well nowadays, considering that conspiracies have devolved into something terrible.
Yeah.
But if you could ever find like an archive of old Art Bell segments, it's worth a listen. The Civi 11 video that he was in, he was mentioned in, was the original Prey, because they got him to do fake radio segments for it, of his actual show, because that dealt with aliens and conspiracies and whatnot.
My favorite segment is he had, I think it was a weekly segment where he would invite time travelers to call in. That was always interesting.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Stephen Hawking did that. He did something with time travelers. He held a party, but he sent the invites out after the party, so that time travelers would have to go back in time to have made it to the party.
Nobody showed up. That was really sad.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Yeah, how long has he been away?
Probably running on all the coffee I've been picking up.
Wait.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked
You
around by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello?
Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna kill him.
had to get to
out
Mirror
this door.
Peak.
There's a mountain set down.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
I feel like I'm missing an obvious. Oh, that works.
Just use some piece of machinery to jam open outside of the building or something.
Maybe? Yeah, that.
That was anticlimactic.
It's gonna get up. Physics objects everywhere. I'm fucked. No, it's fucked as these guys are back. Why is there flashbangs in an abandoned train? We'll never know.
Because they're narratively good.
And that's the exact reason why, because it's in the manuscript. The story plays out that way. I'm assuming that's that box on the inside of this piece.
Wants out real bad.
Yep, look at that thing. I think I should just throw a flashbang in there. Ow.
What the hell? The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
No, wait. No, leave the lights on. Alan! Alan! Fine. Wee. Yeah.
Oh, take care of history.
See you around, History. Thanks for coming over. I'll be a few minutes.
Okie dokie.
Sorry about that.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, gee.
I think I got him.
No one asked me if I have my lunchbox. It lives.
Yeah. This is a good checkpoint. We've got like maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes left. Let's call it here.
Alright.
We'll pick up with more Alan Wake on Monday. Tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, I'll be doing my live reactions to Star Citizen CitizenCon presentations. I'll put out a tweet. And speaking of, have an end slate.
Wow.
Thank you, everyone, for spending your evening with us. Greatly appreciated. I love spending time with you and sharing these stories, games, and experiences. Special thanks to our subscribers scrolling on screen now. Literally could not do what we do without your support. Please, if you haven't already, give the channel a follow and follow us on Twitter at Team RetroFox. Check out our YouTube link down below as well as our Patreon. And if you got Prime Gaming, we could use it. We like to end things with a raid. And let's see who is on. Oh, Girl Stream Team is on. Let's go pop me in on Jackson Sleet. See you tomorrow morning.
Take care, everyone.
Good night, everybody.